Hi there guys, sorry about the delay, just thought we'd give it 10 or so minutes to let people make their way over if they're joining us. Hope you're all well and ready for the start of a new season with our Voin awakened, our save with Hesef Kadukni on the Aswijan database. It's been an exciting summer ahead of the season and I can't wait to share some of the sort of progress we've made through the summer in terms of signings and facilities and whatnot. So let's crack on and get stuck in, I reckon. Okay, so it's been a big summer, as I said. Last season, our form was patchy at best. Ended up finishing on a win, which was great, obviously, but I feel like we'd run out of gas a little bit. We needed a bit of a change, which is why we've switched to the back attack formation that you guys would have seen me talking about all over social media recently. Again, if you've checked out the video, fantastic, thanks. Particularly if you've dropped a like on it, shared it and whatnot. Would love it if you'd subscribe to the channel as well if you enjoy watching the video, so that I know that there's people out there that want to see more of it. But yeah, like I say, you're going to be able to see it in action on this live stream now. And our pre-season form has been decent with it. We've only lost one game. Not happy with our defending in that one. But as I say, relatively strong form. We've now got a couple of cup games before the league games start coming in thick and fast. We've got a tough start to the season, as you can see, so we're going to have to hit the ground running. Hopefully those cup games will help us do just that. Hi Liam, mate, thanks for joining me. So, finances. We were given a £15 million transfer budget, which was pretty good. It's the highest I've had at the club, and a decent wage budget as well. Let's have a look at some of the transfer business we've done over the summer. If any of you guys are in the Discord or if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen me drop in sort of some of these transfers on there to sort of gauge people's opinions and whatnot before I made the signings. So we let some players go on free transfers, and our third choice left wing back left for nearly €1 million, which, you know, can't be sniffed at when you consider he was third choice. Not a great player either. Good servant to the club though, but just not an ideal player, not at this level. More excitingly, let's get on to the transfer business in terms of players coming into the club. So first of all, we signed this young man, Kango Takora, on a free transfer, which is why I picked him up. Probably wouldn't have paid a decent transfer fee for him. It was only because he was available on a free that I kind of jumped at the chance to sign him, really. As you can see, pretty physical. He's pacey. He's a brave player as well. Decent flair, playing in that inside forward role. Flair's quite important. Works hard for the team. And, you know, he can finish. He's got okay composure. I did bring him in to be a squad player. I'm hoping that we don't have to rely on him too much this season. Here's a better signing for you though. Right wing back, 24. A little bit older than I like to sort of bring in traditionally. I do like to bring in players that are 23 and under, but, you know, a bit of experience goes a long way too. He's still a young player, obviously, just not as young as I tend to bring players in at. But as you can see, pretty well rounded. He's actually really good defensively by my standards for a wing back. He can cross a ball, he can get up and down the pitch, nice and agile. Pretty solid signing for €1.9 million, I reckon. Says he's worth 5.5 already. This next one, 75 grand on a 17-year-old. Now I know what you're saying. He's got 6 determination, and he's not quite there yet in terms of his overall quality as a player. However, for 75 grand, I thought, do you know what, 4 to 5 star potential. We can see if there's a player in there, you know, and there's not really been a massive financial outlay, so there's no pressure on the signing really. He has got an unambitious and undesirable personality, but he's in a mentoring group, so we're trying to put that right. And let's see if we can turn him into a player. If he turns out half decent, we'll give him a better face as well. He's got to earn it though. Next signing, another squad player, although I would argue he's probably good enough to play first team. It's just a case of who he's up against in that competition for the half-back role in the team, really. Now, we only paid a couple of million euros for him from quite a big club, actually, Albea. They're a sort of top 6 club in the country, so I thought this was a good bit of business. He's lacking in certain areas, but overall I think he's a solid option. He can pass a ball, he can tackle, decent composure, good first touch, all important for a half-back. Not expecting him to pull up any trees, but good squad option in case Rui Perez picks up an injury or a suspension. Now, this next one I am pretty excited about. Again, he's got some holes in his game, but for a free transfer, he's apparently a 4-star player. I mean, look at this. He's an absolute monster physically. 20 determination, which leads me to believe he's going to improve. His crossing is low, but his technique's decent, which tells me, you know, we could tell him how to cross a ball, and I'm training that right now, so we'll see how he turns out. But as a backup right wing back, I think he'll be happy to play, you know, a fair number of minutes without expecting to start every game, and he's driven as well. That and his determination leads me to believe he's going to be a good player. And you guys actually voted on the player face for Ronivaldo Santos, so thanks for that. I think it was a unanimous decision to go with this face. So interesting to see what he does. Now, next signing. This is the most money we've spent in the window, and this is for a Mazzala / halfback type player by the name of Abdullah Bar. I did try googling him, but in real life he's so young that you can't actually get a player face for him. I think he's actually about 15, 16 in real life. So, yeah, couldn't find a player face. Otherwise I would have assigned it to him. But look at this, he's an absolute monster of a player. 17 acceleration with 14 pace, someone who's 6 foot, 16 natural fitness, 17 aggression, you know, well-rounded, 15 tackling, 16 technique, good passer of the ball. So for me, he's going to play half-back, but also I'm going to start training him as a ball-playing centre-back because I think he could play there. He's got great recovery pace, so he'll help sort of mop up anything that gets played in behind. So we'll see how that one develops, really. It's an interesting signing. There's some obvious positions for him to play in, but then obviously, like I say, I'm looking to try and develop him into a centre-back. Now, the last signing we've made so far is a name I'm sure a lot of you will be familiar with, and that is Luis Munteanu, the young Romanian. Picked him up for a couple of million euros. He is predominantly a striker, but I think I might give him the graveyard shift a little bit. I might stick him out wide as an inside forward. He's relatively pacey. I'm training him to try and beat the offside trap. And let's see how he gets on. He's got 15 finishing, 14 composure, so he should be a goal threat from out there. Not going to improve too much, but again, for a couple of million euros, I thought you couldn't really go wrong. And that is the business we've done so far. I still am in the market for the right type of player. There's still some funds there available to us, nearly 5 million euros, and we've got, you know, a little bit of wage budget to play with. So I'm hoping that our business isn't done just yet, but there isn't an obvious player to bring in just yet, other than a keeper to challenge our keeper for his first team place. Now, we've had a deal agreed for 160k. 25-year-old keeper. I think, you know, he comes in, he's a 4-star player. I would say, although I want to say he's a backup, he can put our first choice keeper under a lot of pressure for that first choice goalkeeping spot. So I think that'll be a good signing overall. Nice little cup keeper, I reckon, at the very least. Cheers for that, Liam, mate. I appreciate the goal update. I have just got the flash scores notification through, but keep putting the updates in the chat for me as well. I am missing a Liverpool game to bring this stream to you guys, so personal sacrifices are being made. To be honest, guys, I wanted to play this save so badly, and so that's why I'm bringing it to you again on the stream, because I don't want to play it off stream. Mentioned it before, I am tempted to potentially release this as episodes on YouTube rather than live streams, depending on the appetite for that. So we'll see. But I do enjoy live streaming it, to be honest. That is what I kind of set up to do when I sort of created all of my social media platforms and that, really. And obviously I wanted to bring you the tactic I've been using on this game as well, which I think with anyone that's actually sort of giving it the time of day, it's gone down really well with. The comments I've had so far are only positive. Anyone that's sort of using him, or using it, sorry, him. Yeah, anyone that's using it is sort of saying that it's doing well for them, so that's good. Liam, you finally managed to get a Klozek in on your save. That's a quality signing, mate. I had him at Leipzig this year, and he was phenomenal. Really good player. Send some people on some coaching courses, because for ages our board wouldn't allow us to, because apparently our schedule was too hectic, which I've not really had before. No way am I 2-0 already. Do you know what I said to one of my mates that I was talking to earlier? I said that I was going to stream tonight, and he said, "Oh really, because Liverpool playing?" And I was like, yeah, it's going to be probably quite a dead rubber game. It might be a bit boring like the Villa game was at times, and we might just edge it at the end. We're already 2-0 up, and apparently Henderson scored an absolute screamer. So I'm just going to concede on that one. But I'm still excited to play this and bring it to you guys. We're going to give the youngster a go at right wing back, and we're going to give Bar a game at centre half to see if it could work out for us long term. A little bit more red on the pitch than I'd like to see, but we'll go with it. Yeah, a few players sort of learning new positions, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Takura, we need you. Yeah, we're certainly going to need you on the bench. Hopefully we won't need another keeper. So we've got a sort of a bigger squad than I'm used to with this save, actually. Struggling to find room for Geoffroy on the bench, but it'd be wise to have him there. Let's drop Christensen, I reckon. Yeah, let's go with this. I think a few players are, you know, they can sort of feel hard done by that have been left out, but let's go with this. First game of the season in the cup. Right. Let's see, shall we? First game of the season. Let's put some pressure on the boys and tell them to put on a performance for the fans. Give them the classic "I have faith in you" speech. Yeah, he gets a fair few of them motivated. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, we treat every match the same. Doesn't matter if they're a lower league team. Right, come on, boys. I'm hoping for a really nice performance to kickstart the season. Nice to see Santos getting into advanced positions early on. That's what we want. Gnonto breaking out with the ball from the back. He's travelling. Grandjean straight down the keeper's throat. Mintini likes to dribble, doesn't he? Finds Santos. Pretty average ball into the box, but that's to be expected with 10 crossing for now. That's a great pick out from the centre half. Gnonto crosses. Ooh! Wow, we are killing these in the early exchanges. They're taking risks playing out the back like that. That's a great turnover. That's exactly what we want. Okay, and we're dispossessed in the wide area. We've got it back though. Gnonto driving forward. Another shot straight at the keeper. Disappointing. But we're sustaining possession on the edge of their box. It's a good pick out from Rui Perez. Farino crosses. Gnonto. Grandjean. There we go. 1-0. Love that. It's a great move. Farino finds himself in acres of space out wide. He finds Gnonto. Gnonto finds Grandjean. And Grandjean finds the back of the net with a nice little finish. Liam, without seeing Ollie Watkins and how he's turned out on your save, it's difficult to say. But if you think it's value for money, mate, then you should go for it. If not, mate, post a screenshot in the Discord, in the save games, or I think there's a transfers section as well in there. And I'm sure myself and other guys in the Discord will help you out. Santos with a ball in. Ooh, yeah, we're absolutely all over these. I'm liking this. We're performing well. Just need to make sure our dominance counts for something. Here's Gnonto. It's a good ball in. That's a cracking header. Luis Montinho off the right flank, doing exactly what I want him to do there. Getting himself into the box from wide areas. Being difficult to pick up. Having said that, someone would stood right on him but didn't jump with him for the header. But I'll take it. First goal for the club in his debut. Brilliant. And we are absolutely battering these. Coutinho breaks with the ball again, but loses it. Great ball out wide. Santos with a cross. Defended quite easily there, and now they break. Cracking ball. We're getting in behind in them wide areas so often. Oh, come on, how have you not stuck that away? It's a very strong opening half an hour of the season for us. We do look in total control of this one, to be fair. Playing some lovely football as well. Maybe I could have got away with playing some youngsters. And that's a strike wide there from Liakos. He'll be one that I look to bring off sort of maybe around a 60th minute actually to give a chance to one of our young midfield players. Darbo on the edge of the box now. Finds Farino well. Back in for Darbo. Here's Santos. Ooh. Who's that you're referring to, Liam? Is that Moutinho, the Romanian? I mean, 4 million's nothing for a Premier League side. What's his determination on your save, if it is him you're talking about? Because he's quite low on my one, but... In fact, let's not give him too much advice. Yeah, again, Liam, mate, without seeing his attributes on your save specifically, difficult to comment. But 4 million, if he develops nicely and has good determination, I'd say it's well worth it as a backup striker. I'd probably take him over Ollie Watkins, because I don't think Ollie Watkins develops too much. Here's Santos, crossing position, pulls it back to the edge. Darbo, that is really well worked. It's not often you see a player square the ball when they should square the ball on Football Manager, but he's done it. He's got 16 determination. Yeah, 100% Liam. Snap him up, mate. I'm really happy with that goal. That's really satisfying. We've actually squared it. Cracking stuff. Great start to the stream as well. Santos looking a little bit more leggy than the others. I suppose that's to be expected when he's a youngster. Let's make some changes. Learcost, no need for you to be involved anymore, mate. Let's give Westergren some minutes, because I know that he was moaning towards the end of last season. Let's give Indigai some minutes up front, and then give Freud some minutes at left wing back. Tell him to get creative as well. Indigai. Moutinho, oh, it's another decent attempt on goal. It's probably just about seeing this one out now, isn't it, to be fair? It's one of those games where if I could have made more subs, I'd have loved to, because there's a few players that I want to give some minutes to that maybe I can't. But we have got another cup game after this, so there's another opportunity there. It's a good ball from Barr. I know it's against lesser opposition, and they're in a division below us, but we've looked solid defensively. I'm really liking Barr at centre-back at the moment. I think I'm definitely going to play him there for the other cup game, try and increase his familiarity with the position. Ready for the season ahead. That's a really good performance, I'll take that. These games against lower league opposition in the cup can always be banana skins, but we've done well. Very happy. I think we've got another lower league side in the other cup. Yeah, fantastic stuff. Love a goal on someone's debut. Nyonto had a brilliant game. Cracking start to the stream and to episode 11 and the new season overall, to be fair. Can't complain. Right. Let's get into this other cup game. Looking forward to it. I've actually been looking forward to playing this save all day. Okay, we're going to bring in this backup keeper for 200k. It's absolutely nothing to pay, only 4 grand a week as well. Because at the moment, the step down in quality between our keepers is too much. And I worry that if our keeper picks up an injury, like he did last season, it could hurt us big time. So I think that's a good bit of business there. May even look to play him in this cup game if he's fit. I have promised him that he'll be the cup keeper, so it makes sense. Let's get him in the squad. I think the board and the fans are happy with the deal as well, which is nice. I mean, it was a no-brainer for 200k, to be honest. Oh, this is risky. Okay, asking the first team keeper to welcome competition was a bit risky, but he's done it, to be fair. Good lad. It's not suggesting that we make anyone available for the 20s. Although, to be fair, the players that I would want to be available are, so that's good. Okay, we've got another pretty favourable draw in the next round of the Coppa Azore. Now let's see if we can navigate our way through the other competition, the other cup competition, the Popolare. Nicolas Mercier. This guy looks decent, but I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money on him. It'd be a backup option. And to be fair, we need to bring in sort of a first team inside forward, really. PC Akjab. Okay, they're actually in the bottom tier, which is the division we started in, the 3rd division. So I think I'm going to rotate quite heavily for this game, because even our second string side should be able to win this game. Quite comfortably, I would say. I think we have almost got 2 players in every position now as well, which is nice. So yeah, it's nice to have the option to rotate ahead of our opening league game. Want people to be as fresh as possible. Oh mate, Montigny's he snaked you big time there, isn't he? I bet he's got a massive release clause now as well, hasn't he? At Vittoral. Fuming. Oh well, I guess he was only going to be a squad player anyway, wasn't he? So there'll be someone else out there. Have a look at Nyonto, who we've got at Hesef here, Liam. You might like the look of him. He's rapid. Cracking little player. Last year we finished 9th, which in our debut season in the first division was probably an overachievement, I'd say. So I was quite happy with that. But the form towards the end of the season wasn't great, so it's nice to know that we've started well here. Not sure if you're familiar with the Aswijan database, but that's what we're playing. Created by the awesome Chilled Moose. I believe the database is free to download, so if that's something that interests you, then I'd certainly recommend it. Okay, nice to know that Farino's still improving. Yeah, no worries, Mitch. I can explain a bit of background if you like. So, yeah, Chill Moose created it. Aswijan is a fictional country just off the coast of mainland Europe, I think. She has actually made a map, so 100% go and check that out because she's put a lot of work into that. Just off the top of my head, I can't remember. I think it's to the west of mainland Europe, out past Portugal and whatnot. And it's, to be fair, mate, it's awesome. She's built up the entire footballing sort of tier system, 3 divisions, plenty of clubs. She's individually set up each club and their history and whatnot. So we're playing as Hesef Kadukni, which at the start of the game is the worst team in the country. They're a bit of a fallen giant. And our mission here is to take them right to the top of Azerbaijani football. And to do that, we're going to have to knock a couple of huge teams off of their perch, namely Aswijan Maliki, who are like the Real Madrid of Aswijan. I think that's the way that Kate, aka Old Lady Plays, worded it. Also, Aswijan City, they're kind of like the underdog, but they're still a massive team, huge team. Think of these two as like the kind of Man City and Liverpool of the division. Then you've got other clubs like Aldea, a few others as well. Where are they? Yes, there's a few teams that kind of make up the kind of top 5 or 6. I've actually got another save going with Manusa, where I actually took them to the treble, which was awesome. Won the Champions League in my last season as well. Probably put that save to bed now though. Liam, you want to know Nyonto's name? Spelt like so. Just give me a little thumbs up or something in the chat to let me know you've seen that so I can move on. But yeah, Mitch, sorry, back to the database. It is a lot of fun. It came for me, it dropped at a time where I was kind of losing, not total interest in Football Manager, but you know what it's like where you're struggling for a save idea or you've just done a certain save to death, you're kind of waiting for some inspiration, and this came along at the right time really. Captured my imagination. I've done 2 saves on this database so far. I've played it kind of all through the coronavirus epidemic, the lockdown and whatnot. Okay, you want to know a bit more about the system. So, hopefully you would have seen the video, but I'll try and summarise it. Essentially what we're looking for here, if you're familiar with the sort of styles of play of Klopp's Liverpool and Dortmund teams and Nuno Espirito Santo's Wolves side, this is essentially a blend between the two. So we've got the kind of initial shape of a Klopp Liverpool team, but with the greater emphasis on the wing backs that you see from Nuno's Wolves side, where we actually push them on as wing backs rather than having them back here. We play with a half-back who's kind of like, I hate to use American terms and whatnot, but I guess that's the quarterback in the team, responsible for, you know, making plays, but also the defensive side of their game is really important too. They're there essentially to stop counter-attacks. So this isn't as possession-based as maybe the tactic that you're used to that uses a similar shape. Instead, we kind of sacrifice a bit of possession to increase the chances of winning turnovers half the pitch, which then means we have less ground to cover before we can get a shot off on goal. So we often find in games we'll have less of the ball, but we'll have more shots on goal, more shots on target, probably more key chances created as well. So yeah, it's essentially just a really high intensity counter-pressing system designed around using the opposition's strengths against them, really. So when we're playing some of the bigger teams last season, we got some massive results against some big sides away from home as well, simply because they were trying to really bring the game to us, and we were happy to concede possession, press them all over the park, turn the ball over, and go and get a shot off on goal. And usually it's devastating effect as well, which is handy. But hopefully, mate, you'll be able to see it in action now that you've joined us. So if we get into this cup game for you now, I'm thinking to... Oh, okay, no, that keeper's injured, so we're going to have to just go with our first choice keeper. I do want to play Bar at the back to carry on improving his familiarity back there. Our first choice right back still struggling for fitness, but I think we're going to bring him on. But who else needs some minutes? I think Massey needs some minutes, although he's left-footed. So is Bar. We're just going to have to go with 2 left-footed centre-backs, which I don't usually like to do. Oh, well, that's great to hear, Mitch. You're 3-0 down against Arsenal, switched to my tactic, and you drew the game and should have won it. That's fantastic, mate. That's a brilliant compliment. Thank you for that. Thanks for sharing. And I'm glad it's bringing you happiness. I kind of... I've been sitting on this formation for a few months now. I've tinkered with it over the last sort of 6 months on this FM, and just played with it on my own saves really. But it got to a point where I thought, do you know what? It's getting a certain level of results that I just feel like I've got to share it with the community, and that's why I decided to bring it out really. It sounds a bit cringe when I say it like that, but you know what I mean. So we're going to go with quite a rotated team. So Takura is going to play this one, Indigai is going to play this one, and Sommer is going to play this one. But we are going to put Nyonto on the bench in case we need something from him late on. We're also going to give Geoffroy some more minutes. He's still learning his trade at wing back, so we'll play him. Other than that, I think this team should still be more than capable of getting a result. I mean, Christensen, he might be struggling for fitness during the game at some point. That's fine, let's go with this. Yeah, that's exactly it, Mitch. Nail on the head there, mate. It does tend to suit sort of mid-ranking or lower-ranking sides a bit better. Having said that, I think if you employed this tactic with a really top team, I think you could just go and dominate, but it might be a bit easy. But certainly if you've got a team where you're not convinced about their ability to retain possession, and they've got the physicality and the work rate and stuff to uphold a high-intensity press, then 100% I'd agree with you. I'd say go for it and employ the tactic. Having said that, I'm going to say that because I want people using it, obviously, but then again, it could backfire. If it doesn't work for you, you know, you're more than entitled to post that around the place as well and let people know that it didn't work out for you. At this stage, I'm kind of open for any kind of feedback, to be honest, both on the content I'm creating and the tactic itself. because I am still, you know, a rookie to when it comes to all this sort of stuff, the content creation. So more than happy to listen to any kind of feedback. Okay. Give the fans their money's worth. No one's reacted. Fantastic. Like I say, we should have enough quality on the pitch to be able to get through this game. If we don't, I'm going to be quite annoyed. I'm going to have to lie and say that that's on merit. Why can't the press just understand that I'm rotating players? They've always got to ask you tough questions, try and get you to slip up at a press conference and piss one of your players off. It's just some simple rotation. It's early in the season. People need to get some match sharpness. We're going to rotate. Hello, Kate. Old lady plays in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in and joining us. You missed a cracker of a result against a lower league side in the cup. This is also a cup game. Ah, Mitch, you were paying attention. I shot myself in the foot a little bit there because I did say I would bring out part 2 if there was enough interest in the video. And I did say it was going to be a video. However, I am speaking to someone in the community about doing something a little bit different rather than me bringing out a video. So just watch this space. Stay tuned in to Twitter and to the live streams and stuff, because I'll try and update you guys in the live streams where I can as well, where there's an update to give. And yeah, just keep an eye out for that, because I am going to bring the player instructions to you guys and, you know, try and break down the tactic even more than I have done in the video. But really, in part 1 of the video, I was just trying to not make it too lengthy so that people were put off by watching it. But yeah, like I say, I won't neglect to share with you guys how I set up the individual player instructions and why I did it. So just keep an eye out for that one. Fair point, Kate. YouTube could be lying to me. I know sometimes the number of viewers jumps around a bit, so maybe you were lurking the whole time. Hopefully you were. This has been a bit disappointing. Opening half an hour of this game. Good save by the keeper. Are we going to start playing at all? No. Maybe I made too many changes. We look a bit disjointed. Right, here we are. Bit of possession in our defensive third. We find the wing back quite well. Santos, Takura picks it up in the inside forward position. That's not a bad header from Indigai, just over the bar. I'm going to have to demand more from these boys. It's not good enough. These are a third tier team. And we've just got a fucking goal down. You must be kidding me. I'm fuming with that. He's onside. Keeper comes into no man's land. Doesn't get the ball. You're joking. What a load of shit. Thanks a lot for the sub, Mitch. I appreciate that, mate. And I'm glad I stream at a good time for you. I do try and pitch it at, you know, good times for people to tune in. But there's a lot of content creators out there, and so there's a lot of alternatives. So I won't be too offended if you can't always tune in. You know, there's some guys out there that have been doing it for a lot longer than I have. But nice to know that you intend to jump in the streams often. I do want to try and build up a group of regulars, if that's the right word. I quite like the idea of building like a nice community of people that want to you know, play the game the same way I want to play it and be part of the save. I do try and be as interactive as possible, as you know, when I'm on stream and in the Discord in terms of decision making for the save. Indigo, come on, he's missed a 1v1. This is not good enough. I'm gonna have to get into him at half time. This is shocking. This has been fucking terrible. We've technically been the better team in terms of number of attempts, etc. We've actually had 2 clear-cut chances and not scored any of them. We'll give it maybe 10-15 minutes and then we will look to see who we can bring on to make a difference. I do not want to be going out of the cup to a 3rd tier team. Okay, you know what, I've seen enough. This is starting to annoy me now. Santos, you're coming off for our first choice right wing back. And I feel like we need to make an attacking change as well. I reckon Yonto is the player most likely to make a difference in that area of the pitch, and then we'll have to save our last sub. You enjoy watching as a cautionary tale. That's the old me, Kate. We're actually using the back attack now. And although this game it hasn't looked great, the game before it looked good. And all of pre-season it's been good. So I'm hoping for big things. There we go. Sakura with the strike into the bottom corner. And it's this man Yonto that makes a difference. I knew he would. Nice little simple pass. Sakura feeds it into the corner. Can we get playing now? Get creative, boys. Come on. And our keeper's forced to make a really good save. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this centre-back pairing as much as when Voin plays back there. Doesn't fill me with as much confidence. Indigo's actually been pretty shit, so let's bring on Grandjean. He might have to pull it out of the fire for us. Yeah, I've just seen, Liam, mate, that Brighton have got on the score sheet. Was it Trossard? You'll have to let me know if the goal's any good. He scored a banger in his last game, didn't he, for Brighton? I'm looking forward to seeing Henderson's goal. If you guys were saying it was apparently a screamer. Good turnover from Takura. Drives inside. Maybe could have found a pass there rather than shooting. Throwing down this near side now, but they've turned it over straight away. But we've got it back. Made him go long. That's good. Takura. Westergren finds Van der Merch, sorry. Wow. Okay, the keeper's made a cracking save, but what are we doing back there? I will not be using this centre-back pairing together again. Oh, it was a pen, was it? That's boring. Was it actually a pen? As in, should it have been one? Oh, he's completely... Oh my god. You're fucking joking me. That's actually a good strike from them, but he's completely open. 3 men go to the same player in the centre and just leave him completely open at the back post. Well, we've certainly lived to regret rotating so heavily. Oh my god, they're taking the piss out of us now. No one closes him down, he just rifles one top bins. Fuck off. There's a few players here that will not be playing again for a while after this loss. Because that is not acceptable. Oh, okay, didn't mean to do that, but we're not apparently not giving a team talk. I'm going to give the boys a dressing down in public. Okay, I think it might be, to be honest. You bring in that negativity, criticising me in the formation and everything. It's certainly having an impact. We need to get Llama in here to sort of balance out the vibes that we're getting. And Rachel, to be fair. There we go. Right on cue. Rachel's in the chat. You've just missed us get beat by a 3rd tier team in the cup because we rotated too many players and we were dog shit. Right, well, the only positive to take from that is that we're playing less fixtures this season. Kate, you don't have to say anything specific. It's all implied, isn't it? Using me as a cautionary tale. Your words, not mine. I imagine that means the way we set the team up. There's still plenty of time for you to bash the tactic anyway. Don't worry, Kate. We're only an hour in. The night's still young. Let's quickly get our first team back in place. Okay, that's probably our best 11. That's just not very nice then, is it, Kate, if it's a criticism of me? What's there to criticise? Bit of a dangerous question to ask, but I'm intrigued by your answer anyway. Apparently we are stepping up our interest in this player that I've never scouted in my life. Okay, but I am very glad that they've brought him to our attention. Because he is a pretty decent inside forward. Jurvan Sosic. He's very quick, he can finish, he's got good composure, he can pass the ball, and his off the ball is very good. Evening, Ben. Thanks for joining us, buddy. How much are they going to want for this kid? 35 million, that's why, isn't it? Well, we can't afford that. That's a shame. I'm actually gutted about that kid. He looked immense. I guess I should have known it was too good to be true in terms of our ability to bring him in. Blaze Edwards. He could be a good player. Yeah, I think Sosic is going to have to be a long-term target. I'm going to certainly monitor him. Four days until the opening league game. Then another cup game in the second round of the Copa Azore that we actually did manage to get through in. I've certainly learnt my lesson about rotation. I will not be rotating the whole 11 again. Or 10 of the 11 anyway. Ben is currently playing FM whilst watching someone else play FM. That's literally my favourite thing to do. You can never get enough of it. I'm always watching other content creators when I'm playing, other than when I'm streaming, obviously. Pretty impossible to do that, but yeah, if I'm just playing my own save, 9 times out of 10 I am watching someone else also play FM. How's the back attack looking, Rachel asks. Well, other than that hiccup against the shitty team in the cup where we rotated 9 or 10 of the players, pretty good, I would say. We obviously played it towards the tail end of last season and went unbeaten in the last few games. And since then, obviously I've played through pre-season because that would be quite boring for you guys to watch on stream. 1 loss in pre-season, won the others, including the win over Frankfurt, which I think is a good result. Kept a couple of clean sheets in there as well. Then obviously, yeah, lost the the cup game last game. We've got a tough start to the league season as well, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on. Seeing as there's a few latecomers to the chat, I should probably take you through some of the signings we've made actually. Made quite a few key signings, including a right back that I think a while ago Kate liked the look of, but we were unable to bring him in. But managed to do so in the summer, so that was good. Right, yeah, we'll have a look at the transfer business that we've done before I do the press conference. So in terms of players leaving us, few free transfers that we all knew about, but then the third choice left wing back, Naidu, we let him go for close to €1 million, probably for the best. In terms of transfers in, we picked up Kango Takura on a freebie, which I was quite happy with as a squad player. Really physical player, some good mentals as well, and he can finish. Technique's not the best, but we'll certainly train him if we aren't already. Yeah, see, look, we're training him. No worries, Liam, mate. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, that's Takura. Now this is the right wing back that Kate, I think you like the look of a while back now. We were unable to do the deal at the time. However, we've now got our man for, I think it was €1.9 million, which I'm really happy with. He looks like a solid option. Actually, defensively, pretty good for a right wing back of mine, considering how attacking I like my wing backs. I'm having to train his crossing because it's not quite what I'd want it to be at the moment, but we'll see how he does. Then there is this infamous young man that we decided to risk 75k on. Low determination and a terrible personality, but for 75k I thought, do you know what, 4 to 5 star potential. We'll put him in a mentoring group, trying to improve his personality, and let's see if he develops. If he does, brilliant. If he doesn't, it's only 75k, and if he does develop, he gets a better face. How about that for an incentive? Third was a backup halfback for Rui Perez, Astor Tabi. To be fair, it's probably an injustice to say that he's a squad player because he could step into the first team, I think, quite comfortably. Good overall player. Got pretty much what I'm looking for from a halfback. Good passing. He can tackle. Positioning's okay. Good anticipation. Decent composure. Maybe not as physical as I'd like. Next one. I was really happy with this one. On a free transfer, Ronivaldo Santos. Again, a very sort of capable defender. Really physical player. Rapid player. Can go up and down the right flank all day. 20 determination for a youngster, which is always great. Again, his crossing's not what I want it to be, but I thought, do you know what? He's going to be a squad player for the first season. We'll train his crossing, bring him on when we need to, play him in certain cup games, and hope that he develops. So another one that I'm excited about. But this guy here is our biggest transfer of the window. Young man that goes by the name of Abdullah Bar. Again, really well-rounded player, really physical. Can play as a half-back or as a Mazzala. However, I'm actually training him to play centre-half. I think he's got some good attributes to play at centre-half. So that's an experiment for us. We then come on to this young man, needs no introduction. I'm sure you've seen a lot of him about. He's quite infamous in the FM community. He's come in as like a squad player striker or a sort of wide inside forward. We're going to play him in both of those roles and hope that he develops a little bit. He's only got 9 determination, but for a couple of million euros, I thought, do you know what, he's worth it. We'll see how he gets on in the season. Then we've also brought in a keeper for 160k, who is just basically there to push our first team keeper a little bit for that number 1 shirt, and just to provide a bit of competition and some cover really in case our first choice keeper gets injured like he did last year, where we had to play the youngster in goal, who, to be fair to him, did okay, but I just wanted, you know, some better depth. Yeah, I have noticed that Bar struggles aerially. He's got decent jumping and good aggression, so you'd like to think he attacks the ball well, although, yeah, the bravery and the heading's not great. What are we training him on at the moment? Yeah, look, aerial, there you go. So, yeah, I did spot that one. We are looking to develop him. So, yeah, they're the signings so far, guys. We've still got some money. Still got about 5 million euros to spend if the right deal sort of becomes available, really. Yeah, certainly do help that Nyonto steps up this game. This one should be interesting. Opening league game of the season. I am intrigued to see how we get on. Don't want to get drawn into comment on players going back to their old clubs. We have got a tough opening run of games, to be fair. Oh, he didn't react well to my comments. Oh well, I don't think he's going to be starting anyway, to be fair. Still some players we need to offload, really. A couple of centre backs that aren't up to the required standard. Do I think I'll be able to get Kaut to come out of retirement? Probably not. Although he would suit the formation and the style of play, wouldn't he? He's an absolute workhorse in his day. The 20s have struggled. We had a kind of mass exodus, really, with our 20s. We had a lot of players that were never going to be good enough. That I just didn't have it in me to renew their contracts. They would just be kind of sat in there wasting away. But we have got a couple of first teamers that are able to drop into that team and play for them on a regular basis. Which is good. I quite like having players that sort of go between the two, maybe train with the first team. They're in and around the first team, but then play for the 20s when they need to. I'm nothing like Mourinho, Kate. I won't be using any excuses. In fact, I quite welcome a tough run of fixtures. It's a good test, I think. Right. He's struggling for a bit of fitness. But I think we're going to start him anyway, because he needs to develop his match sharpness anyway. So, let's go with it. Couple of players learning their positions still. But again, unless we play them there, they're not going to learn. So, we've got to be a bit brave in the opening few games. Okay, I would say this is probably our strongest 11. The only thing I'm toying with is playing Massey instead of Barr, but having said that, these two look good together when they played in the Cup as a pair. And I'm keen for Barr to learn that role. So let's go with it. Oh look, number 13 is available for the sub-keeper. That's handy. Okay, it's nice to actually get a couple of reactions from the players when I talk about the fans for once. I've got the utmost confidence in Barr. I was frustrated I couldn't find a player face to assign to him, but he's far too young in real life. I don't think there is a headshot of him anywhere. I checked all the usual places. Come on, boys. Okay, we've got an early highlight, free kick. Farino whips it in. Ooh, did that count off the post? Keeper makes a good save as well. Farino's got it out wide. Ball into the box. Darbo picks it up on the edge. It's a good ball in. Continue. Oh, scrappy in there. We're creating chances early on. Van der Merch picks up a booking. Let's make this early dominance count for something, shall we? Barr brings it out of the back. He can do that. Farino down the left-hand side, beats his man fantastically well. It's a good cross, and there's Moutinho. That's a great header. That's exactly what he's in the team to do. Form a narrow front three, coming in off the flank. That outside to inside run. Gets himself a yard. No, this is our first league game of the season, Rachel. It's not a friendly. Horan plays it out the back. Van der Merch. Good ball over for Nyonto. And last ditch defending. Okay, we've certainly looked strong in the first half an hour. Hopefully we can build on it. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to demand more. Get them focused. Maybe try and get the second before the half-time whistle. What I certainly don't want is for us to take our foot off the gas and let these guys back into the game before half-time. Because they do not deserve to be. Okay. 1-0 half-time. You're capable of even better, boys. Come on. good defensive work there. Brings the ball out. He's Gnonto. Grandjean. For Rui Perez gets a shot off on goal. It's quite tame though. Keeper gathers it quite easily. Farino with the free kick wide of the mark. It's a good ball from Bar from the free kick. Gnonto. Ooh. Some good possession on the edge of the box again, but they turn it over this time. Luckily it wasn't a highlight. Liakos. Good defensive work from Bar. Gnonto. Good cross into the box. Oh, he's nearly there at the back stick again. He loves it in there. Just peeling off of the fullback. Finding himself in narrow positions. It's exactly what we want from the inside forwards. Geoffroy is on the bench at the moment. Farino is still by far our best left wing back. Probably one of our best players actually. So he's taking that starting role at left wing back for us. Good defending by Van der Merch. Finds himself in a crossing position now. It's a good ball. Yes, love that. Grandjean with the finish. The new wing back with the assist. Perfect goal. You've got to love that. I mean, the keeper's not covered himself in glory, but to be fair, Grandjean did everything you'd expect of a striker there. Find the corner. Keep it nice and low as well. It's a great goal. Maybe look to make some changes. That's a great ball from Liakos. Grandjean finds himself bearing down on goal, but the keeper makes a comfortable save. Okay. Yeah, I think he's on a booking. He's looking tired. Let's give the youngster some minutes. At right back, young Santos. And I think that's the only change we'll make for now. Just hope we can stay on top the way we have been so far. It's a good block. Well closed down there. Farino with the throw. Okay, they head it out, but we pick up the scraps. Bit of an aimless ball forward there. It's a great turnover from Grandjean. Keeper makes another 1v1 save. Here's Juan. Rui Perez. For Santos. To be fair, Farino could do with a rest as well, so we'll bring on Shaggy, aka Geoffroy. See how he does. It's Demar Moore as well, keep him nice and focused. Be nice to get a clean sheet to keep Kate quiet in the chat. What do you think, guys? I've said it now though, so you watch, they'll go and score. Oh no, Shaggy gets back and does some defending but gives the ball away. Ooh, he has very nearly made me eat my words there. The bastard. Come on, get back, get back. Good block. Okay, they fire wide. Last change, I think. Let's give... Who do we want to give some minutes to? I reckon Dominici for Liakos. Oh, that's a great ball out wide for Gnonto. Doesn't do much with it though. We've controlled the game from the back pretty well up until now. Okay, other than then. I've just noticed that one of our players is transparent. FM's having a bit of a mare. There he is, it's Santos, look, he's invisible. Can the invisible man get over and make a tackle? Oh, he doesn't need to because Darbo's over there helping him out. Gotta love that teamwork. Swing in the corner. Can we break from this? We've got a couple of bodies forward. He pulls it back to the edge. Ooh! We get the shot off, but the keeper makes the save. Dominici with a delivery. They head it out. He gets a second bite of the cherry, but no luck. Goes out for a throw-in. It's not Shaggy hiding, no, it's the young right wing back, Santos. He's gone invisible. Good ball into the channel, Grungine finds Gnonto. Can he find the invisible man? Oh, he doesn't, he takes a shot. And it's pretty tame. Let's just run the clock down now and take the clean sheet, please. Ooh. There's the cleano. That's what we're after. Eat your heart out, Kate. Cracking performance to open the season. Gotta love that. Yeah, let's back ourselves in the press. I told the boys at the start of the season that I don't want to get dragged into a relegation scrap, so... Yes, Ben, exactly. It's a good start. Take the clean sheet. Kate's running for the hills already, look, in the chat. She's fuming that we've got a cleano. No, I'm only messing. I know it's going to take a lot more than that to win you over, Kate, but, you know, I'm more than willing to try. Still got a few days to do some business in the transfer market, if we need to. Yeah, I think you guys have got a point. We did give away a couple of chances, didn't we? It was an odd game because we looked in control for the majority of it, but then they did have it in them just to sort of pop it in behind. And they had a couple of decent chances where our keeper had to make some nice saves. Having said that, when you play over high line and you engage half the pitch, you are going to leave space in behind. That's why we've got the sweeper keeper there, who's good in 1v1 situations. I need to have a copy of this subscriber contract that you're referring to. Kate, you say this tactic will concede a lot of goals. However, I need to show you some screenshots from where I've used it on other saves. I think I conceded 14 league goals all season in my last season with Manuza, which I think works out at about 0.4 and a bit per game, which is pretty decent. Obviously, I've got a much better team at my disposal there, but that's what we're working towards here at Hesef. Oh yeah, by the way guys, I am also monitoring this youngster from Barca. He's got a massive release clause, however, he's only got a year left on his deal. And so I'm hoping that at some point in the season... See, look, yeah, he's got a release clause of 27.5, but they're already slashing that. Before, they wouldn't even negotiate. But now they're slashing that asking price. I'm still not going to pay anywhere near that for him because I do think he's one that will leave Barca on a free. But he looks like a pretty well-rounded ball-playing centre-back. Quite interested in him, so we'll keep an eye on his performances through the season. Okay, finally someone's come in for our unwanted centre-back. I don't really want any of this instalment stuff. I'll take the percentage of profit from next sale. I suppose I don't mind paying a little bit of his wages if we can just offload him. Okay, I think we'll take that. It's more than his worth, less than what I initially wanted for him, but let's just get him off the wage bill because he's not going to play. Bring some money in, all that good stuff. Right, so we've now got a cup game and then a massive away game against Aswijan City. Okay, Aswijan Maliki have absolutely thumped Aldea, and they're not a bad side either. What division are these guys in? Oscat. I imagine they're a lower league side. I don't think they're a top-tiered team. But again, I'm going to refrain from rotating too much in case we have a repeat of what happened in the other cup game. Which is annoying because I shouldn't be afraid to rotate the team for cup games. think I'm only going to rest the players that need to be rested, really, ahead of this big league game against City, rather than making wholesale changes just to give everyone some minutes. There we go, look. Sosic with a 92 scout rating. He's a 4-star player. His wages are really affordable, but his transfer fee certainly is not. He would be perfect for this system. Absolutely perfect. How long is his contract? He's surplus to requirements, but he's been listed for 35 million. Now that is strange. Could we loan him? Don't really want to pay 175k a month. Optional future fee? Nah. No, they won't accept that. Okay, they obviously want to sell him for a reason. I imagine they're in financial problems. That's one to monitor though. If they slash the asking price, then we could be in for him, but not at that price right now, unfortunately. No, it's not of interest really. Not for this system. Do need to be a bit careful with some of the players' playing time in this game, considering there is only a small gap between this game and the next league match, which is a big one. So let's have a look. I mean, I would like to think I could get away with a bit of rotation here, but I'll play Massey. And don't quite want to risk a keeper change right now. Let's give the guy some minutes, see if he can do the business for us. And Tybee or Taby is he's pretty much first team quality anyway, so it's not really a risk playing him, I would say. Just gives Pires a bit of a rest. And Dominici, to be fair, it's a bit harsh on him not being in the first 11 anymore, so we'll play him too. And we will give Takura some minutes. Debating whether to give Santos some game time. No, do you know what? Not too many changes. I said that at the start. We'll go with this team. I think maybe, yeah, 4 or so changes is healthy, rather than changing the entire makeup of the team. Then obviously we'll use our subs accordingly. cup game at home against lesser opposition. This one should be comfortable. But they never seem to be in the cup, do they? Okay, come on boys. Nice solid performance. Please. I agree, Kate, he is a little bit... He's not your traditional holding mid, is he? But he can certainly play a bit, and I'm hoping at half-back against lower league opposition, he can just get in there and pull the strings a little bit. That's a good ball. We've worked a good position here. Here's the cross, maybe. No, Takura takes the shot straight at the keeper. They've got a corner. And they've scored. Of course they have. Ah. Completely free at the back stick. Not good. Dominici with a set piece. Oh, okay, we've gone and replied straight away. That's the best we could have asked for, to be fair. Nice little delivery from Dominici, the youngster. Finds Voin at the back stick. Also a youngster. Good little header. Okay, we're back on track. Annoyed that we've conceded. But hopefully that's the kick up the arse that the guys needed and we'll go and win the game. Indigai cannons a shot off the keeper. Tybee picks the ball up on the edge of the box and it's not a highlight. What can we do from this? It's good stuff around at the back. Van der Merch picks it up in the right wing back position, beats his man. Can he get across in? He can. He goes all the way through and we pick up the scraps on the line. Indigai taps it in from 2 yards. That's what we want from our striker. Get yourself in that 6-yard box and pick up the scraps. Bit of a weird first 15. They've scored their only shot on target. And we've peppered their goal and only scored once. But, you know. Sorry, only scored twice, rather. Oh, wow. Takura's taking liberties with the ball back there. Playing it across his own 18-yard box. That's basic stuff, not to do that. Really odd game. We're certainly causing them problems. But we don't look entirely convincing at the back either. Dominici's putting some good dead balls into the box. A lot of our chances seem to be coming from corners and free kicks. Obviously one of the goals came that way. Let's demand more. Get them to concentrate. Don't want to let the lead slip before half time. In fact, I'd rather us go up the other end and get the third. Indigai finds Van der Merch out on the right wing back position. Here's Takura. Can he cut inside? No, he can't. It's a tame effort in the end. Their keeper goes long. And we turn it over. That's what we want. Nyonto in the left wing position. Finds Farino. Inside for Darbo. That's a good ball for Takura. Straight at the keeper. Their keeper goes long again. We head it straight back to them though. That's a great turnover. Indigai's in behind. Indigai. Piero Indigai with the strike. And that's a perfect goal from the turnover situation, which is exactly what we want. We win the ball back. One ball in behind. Indigai's there. The defence are napping. blast it across the goal. Keeper's got no chance. We are turning this ball over a lot when they go long. Darbo, great ball into the channel again. We're hurting them in these areas. Gnonto drives inside. He can't get the shot away. Rachel, I think you're right. I don't like it when I have more than 50% possession. It's far too much. We don't need that much. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully I can turn around some of those negative reactions. Yep, there's one turn round. Nope, couldn't get Joan to come around to my way of thinking. I think Farino's going to be one that comes off for Geoffroy because he's on a booking and we need to keep him nice and fresh for that City game. In fact, both of our wing backs need to be fresh, so I might sub them both at some point. They're going to be very important in our approach all season, to be honest, so good to see Indigo on the score sheet. He's probably slipped into number 2 position in terms of our starting striker role. Grandjean seems to have made that his own a little bit, so right, let's make those changes. Both wing backs. Santos is pretty decent defensively, so I'm hoping that he does a job there for us. Don't need too much from him in an attacking sense at the moment. And Geoffroy, again, the opposite. He provides a lot going forward, but defensively he can be a bit suspect. So we'll see how this goes. And they've headed one over the bar. Our goal kick. Nice time to bring on our subs. Santos with a throw, but they clear. We pick up the scraps from deep. Santos again finds himself in the wide area. Can he get across? And he can. And the effort goes straight at the keeper. Chance for them to deliver into the box. He's surely offside. He's not offside. What? No, to be fair, he's not offside. I don't know why I thought he was. Wow, okay. Not good. That's a good ball for Geoffroy. Can he find someone? Ooh. We work a decent shooting opportunity in the end, but it just goes wide. Geoffroy driving at the defence, finds Gnonto in the half space. Tame effort in the end. Very tame effort. I think we can't play Mancini because he's not on the bench. Let's bring Sommer on for Takura. Swap these two over. I think Gnonto likes playing on that side anyway. That's our final change. Just want to give him something to think about in the last few minutes of the game. I don't want to slip into just trying to defend a lead. I want to still be taking the game to them. Let's see if we can get creative. We go back to the keeper. Picks out the wing back, that's good. And that's a good ball into the channel for Indigai, vacating that central space. But no one moves into it for us. Dominici, it's a good ball out wide for Santos, pulls it back. They clear. We get a lot of joy in these half spaces. Oh, come on. Oh, no. How have we not finished that? Indigo driving at the defence. Oh, there we go. Completes the hat-trick. Gets us that other goal cushion that we needed. We've been dominant, but the scoreline didn't exactly say that, and still doesn't, to be fair. 4-2 is not the scoreline we'd be after. As you say in the chat, Kate, we should be absolutely dominating these guys, putting several past them with no reply, but we are where we are. It's early in the season. Let's hope we can slot into a bit of a rhythm though moving forward and dispatch these lower teams with a bit more ease, to be honest, because it's not been entirely convincing, even though the stats would tell you otherwise. Dominici, good delivery into the box. Voin picks it up on the edge. Bit of possession for us here now. Tybee goes back to the keeper. Probably a safe bet. Can he get us playing? No, he goes home again. Okay, 4-2. I'm just going to be calm and say that was a good win. I don't want to get too critical at this stage. Try and just build familiarity in the system and try and build the squad dynamics and harmony a bit in these early stages. Yeah, Indigo was very good. Admittedly against lesser opposition, but he was still very good. Can't take that away from him. Right. Yeah, you're right, Kate. End of the game. Only one stat that matters. And certainly a better team might have turned us over in that game. It's always difficult making comparisons though. I do agree with your point. A better team would have made us pay when they had chances. But also, when you play against a better team, the entire game would have played differently, wouldn't it? We wouldn't have had most of the ball. We probably wouldn't have had as many opportunities as we did have. So yeah, I don't know. The whole game would have played differently, but I certainly agree that for one, we need to be more clinical, and number two, we shouldn't be conceding 2 goals to a third division side. I do think I need to hold my hands up and take some of the blame for that, because I have chopped and changed the centre-back partnership around pretty much every game so far. The partnership long-term that I'm looking to develop is Voin and Bar back there. But obviously in the interest of giving people some minutes, keeping everyone happy, I did play Massey there instead. Just about getting a balance though, isn't it? Want to try and keep everyone happy where we can. It's tough to drop Indigo after bagging a hat-trick, albeit in the cup against, again, lower league opposition, but a hat-trick is a hat-trick. Do we need to dip into the transfer market at all before the window closes? I think in terms of numbers, we're there or thereabouts in the squad. I don't like to operate with a massive squad, so we've got our 11. There's our 23-man squad there, and then we've still got some players that aren't going to get minutes. So we need to offload these 3, and these 2 sort of flirting between the under 23s and the first team, which I quite like. I like having players that, you know, are doing that, because they don't complain at not getting first team minutes, but they're also getting regular football, and they're happy for whatever, you know, and grateful, sorry, for any first team minutes they do get, which is always nice. I forgot to tell you guys actually that during the summer I did try and make the Rodri deal permanent. Do you remember Rodri, the young centre-back from Getafe? Let's bring him up. Instead, he rejected... So obviously we had a what do you call it? An option to buy him. Here he is, look, for 5.25 million, which I exercised, or tried to exercise. We then went to offer him a contract and he rejected it. And he's now on 16.25k a week back at Getafe. So obviously they're looking to play him in the first team. And they've slapped a huge buyout clause on him. 30 million. 14 if they get relegated. So we weren't able to make that deal permanent, I'm afraid. Which was a shame, because he looked like he could be a real player. And we obviously put a year into his development. Only for him to go back to his parent club. Not going to comment on relegation. Oh, that was a pretty pointless press conference, wasn't it? Right, let's have a look. Are the scouts bringing anyone to our attention that is worth bringing in? Not really. I think it might be wise to keep some money back for the January window in case we're lacking in any way. Let's have a look at the shortlist, shall we? And see. Okay, so we don't need a keeper anymore. So I can take that filter off. So let's just see who our scouts are saying we should go after. Lenny Lacroix. Pretty average, to be honest. %, I'd take Sosic. They just want far too much money for him. I wonder if there's anyone that we could pick up for a bit of a steal. Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. 14 pace, 14 finishing, okay composure. I'm tempted to retrain this guy as an inside forward. It only cost us a couple of million. Although we are retraining a fair number of players currently in new positions. Maybe I should just try and keep it simple and bring in some players that are already playing in the roles that I'm going to need them to perform. Young French centre-back. Good in the air. Really good in the air. He's no slouch either. Let's get an updated scout report. So the hot weather's with you then, is it, Kate? Because it's not with us anymore. It's certainly left us in the UK. I hope they'll be back soon, because it's my 25th birthday in about a week or so. So I'm hoping to do something nice for that, with the weather permitting. Okay. Is anyone available? What I'm looking at the moment, guys, is when I'm looking last minute like I am now, I'm looking for the max asking price and seeing if anyone's going for a cut price. You know, someone might have handed in a last minute transfer request. Bernardo Martins. No. Pretty average. Morato wanted by City. Deep line forward. Raul Asensio. No, not quick enough. I'm looking for maybe someone who can nail down a first team spot in our front three. Because I think we've got, at the moment what we've got is Grandjean and Gnonto that are 100% nailed on to play. And at the moment I think Montigny is the best option we have. But I'm just wondering if we can improve on him and have him more as a rotation option. So in that situation, we're looking for someone who's got a bit of pace about them that can also finish. Frederick Mitaya. A deep line playmaker. No, not with 9 passing, I'm afraid. Stilato. He wouldn't be a first team option for certain. But he's not bad. He's got some of the key attributes I'm looking for in terms of his pace, finishing, 11 composure. We could probably do better though. I don't think he's any better than Montigny is. Wouldn't get a work permit. No, I think to be honest, guys, we're getting into the realms of under 80 rated scout report, so I'm tempted just to leave it and just keep the money until the January window. In fact, that's what we're going to do, unless the scouts come back with a report where I feel like, do you know what, we've got to just jump on that. Looks like City were less than convincing in their last game as well. Yep, offloading a centre back. That's fine. This guy's decent. Also, looking at Fabrice Hartman. He's got a lot of the attributes that we were looking for, but he's on big wages though. No. We can't afford that. You haven't got any aircon, so you sit there baking like a donut. That's not good. I feel your pain. When it is hot here, I mean, I don't have aircon either. We don't really prepare for the hot weather in this country, so when it's hot, it is very warm. And I have the warmest room in the house as well, which is not good. Certainly not fun. Oh, what? Now that's just ridiculous. So I was bidding for him, and they wanted 11.5 million. And now he's just signed for these guys for Deportivo Alaves for 1 million. And he's got an 8 million release clause now. I'm fuming with that. Why didn't my scouts tell me this was happening so that I could jump on him? Oh, for God's sake. That's actually annoyed me. Because for 1 million, I'd have been all over that. He definitely would have strengthened us at the back. Amnar Jun, 17 determination, he's 21. He's pretty quick off the mark, fairly agile, good acceleration, not rapid in terms of overall pace, but he can finish. How much were they going to pay for him for that deal to fall through? Rejected a contract, which means they must have had a deal agreed. They weren't going to pay his buyout clause, were they? Like 11 million. Surely not. Oh, they rejected our bid. I think they're just going to hold out for his buyout clause. Let's just scout him through the season. I've had an offer for a player. Don't want any of this in instalments. It's just pointless. But you can give us 25% of any future sale. Don't think he's ever really going to play for us. No, he's not. Let's just get him out of the club. Ante Pavlursa. Oh, he's a pretty average player, to be fair. Wouldn't be a bad deal on a free transfer, but we're quite well stocked in midfield. Just want to get into this City game now. Darbo taken ill. Better send him home, really. Don't want a cold spreading through the team. That's frustrating because he's going to be missing for the City game. Means someone else needs to step up. He's a big player for us in midfield. He can do a bit of everything, Darbo. I think Daori has just signed for... Yeah, he has. He signed for your team, Rachel. Zarati Uzcat. He looks like a good player. A lot of young, decent Croatians kicking about. Well, do you know what? If we don't get another deal done this window, I'm pretty happy with what we've done, with the business we've actually managed to do, because I think we're definitely set up looking healthier. In a lot of positions all over the pitch, to be fair. With some money left over to spend in January, if mid-season we are struggling at all. Some massive money being spent. We brought in the most players. Look how much City spent on their squad. That's what we're up against, guys. Absolute giants of teams. Just throwing the money around. Who are we going to get in the cup? Manuza, my other team. A little bit unlucky to get a top tier side. Having said that, it isn't like we made light work of the lesser league sides that we did get, so let's just roll with it, play who we've got to play. Big gap after this fixture as well, so I think this will be the last game that we play on stream tonight, guys. Then I'll try and sim through some of that before we rendezvous for episode 12. Definitely want to scout the under-20 league. It's unfortunate, but the lower English competitions usually they're worth scouting, but unfortunately a lot of the players won't get work permits because of Brexit, so it's kind of wasted money scouting in those competitions. Okay, it's unfortunate just because, you know, when you're a first division team in a cup competition where there are lower league teams available to play, you'd like draws against those teams for as long as possible, wouldn't you? I think that's only natural to want that. But we're up for a challenge here, we don't mind. We'll play who we've got to play. Just realised as well that our rivals, Bershikaduk, they've now joined us in the top flight, which means that a certain young man by the name of Embrickson will be playing against us this year. A certain player that we sold for a club record fee. Really want to monitor the situation of this guy and hope that his asking price tumbles. There we go. Look, he's in the last year of his contract. Let's just keep monitoring that one because that's one we might be able to get done. Okay, here it is. Massive game, huge test. I think we should go with Tybee in this game. Simply because most of the other options are more attacking in nature. I think Tybee, he gives us I don't know, yeah, he's just an overall stronger player than what we've got available. Although I brought him in to play a bit deeper than that. There's no reason why he can't play in there when Darbo's missing. Which means we can put Hubert into the matchday squad. Okay, this is the 11 we're going to go with. So we're going to go with, oh god, now this is a mouthful, isn't it? I've never been able to pronounce his name. I'm going to say that's Shimsundu, because I'm going to imagine that the T is silent. Do let me know if I'm wrong. Then we're going to go with Bar and Hoan at the back, with Rui Perez taking up the half-back role, Farino and Van der Merch in the wing-back positions, with Taby and Leocas in midfield. Inside forwards we've got Nyonto and Montigny. Then we've got Grandjean up top. Rachel's predicting a 4-0 to Hesef. Let's hope so. away from home, second biggest team in the country. It's going to take some performance, but we've done it before. We beat these guys away from home last season. I think it was 2-0 potentially. I'll have to go back and check. Okay, so they're playing with a genuine 3 up front, whereas ours becomes a 3 when our inside forwards drive in. They genuinely are playing with a 3. Although I think Sasazade does drop in a bit as a deep line forward by the looks of that. Okay. I'm not going to tell them to pick up where they left off because it weren't actually that great. I'm going to say let's go and cause an upset because we're away from home against the Giant. I'm not offended at all, Kate. You're entitled to your prediction. I just hope we can prove you wrong. But you're right, they are huge. We are away from home. Even though we did win this exact fixture last season. Anyway, let's get into it. We're playing in our strange kind of brown and gold kit. Probably my least favourite of the 3. And we're going to throw in half the pitch. Farino delivers that throw in to Tybee. Now delivers a cross into the box. They clear. Nicely worked ball in the box there from Van der Merch. Farino returns it into the box and we strike wildly over the bar. Benny reckons we're going to be in for a score draw. I'll probably take that, to be honest. Liakos with the ball in. And there it is from Gnonto. Now, how's that? How's that for your match predictions, guys? Did any of you think we'd score in the first 5? Because I sure as shit didn't. Gnonto with a pretty free header. Defender doesn't even jump with him and the keeper can't get anywhere near it. Gnonto's going to be a huge player for us, I feel. Nice to score a goal from a set piece. Here's another one. Montigny picks out a good ball for Farino. Can he cross? No, he can't. Hoan finds himself in possession. They turn it over. But it's out for a throw-in. Solid first 15 from the boys. Let's tend to get creative. Why not? We've been the better team. Let's try and build on that. Van der Merch with the throw. Liakos back to Van der Merch. Rui Perez. Tybee. It's a poor cross, but we pick up the scraps. Ball in from Van der Merch. No, it's blocked. Out for a throw-in. Here's Liakos. Ball in. Is that a pen? Is that a pen? He's gone over to the stand. That usually means there's a pen, or unless it's just outside the box. I kind of missed it. Oh, it's a free kick. It's just outside the box. Oh, wow, that was so close to being in, though. So close to being a pen. That's a good ball. Van der Merch. Driving forward, carrying the ball. Okay, only for it to be turned over. Ah, is that it? He's off shot. Oh yeah, he's offside. He's offside. Thank God for that. They did carve us open there. We were trying to press the ball. There's not much in it. Not much in it at all. But it's a good line from the boys. Offside is offside. Good delivery into the box. Ooh, keeper makes a big save, but we're offside from that ourselves. We've had a lot of the ball. A lot of the ball, which is very strange. Van der Merch with a cross. Cleared. Tybee. They turn the ball over and they're causing problems. But they fired it wide. Bit of a let-off. feel like we're going to have to go up another gear in the second half if we're going to take anything from the game. They're slowly growing into it. They don't have much of the ball, but we haven't had a clear-cut chance and they have. That concerns me. They're picking up some bookings though. That's nice. Van der Merch with a cross. They head it out quite easily. We're offside. Tybee with the ball over the top. Grandjean. Ooh. Farina with the cross. They clear that one quite easily as well. We are getting a lot of crosses in, but no one on the end of them. Played well, but still room for improvement. I think what I might do, guys, is slow the game down a little bit. I'm not sure if you prefer it when I commentate on the game or whether you just want me to kind of just talk over it. But if I'm going to commentate on it, I'll probably need to slow it down a little bit to give me a bit of a chance. So we'll try that for the second half of this one. Tone that down a little bit. Right, guys, out for the second half. 1-0 up. Not a situation we thought we'd find ourselves in. Can we build on it? Nyonto turns the ball over. Here's Tybee. Okay, it's not a highlight. Let's demand more. Try and get them focused. Okay. They've got the ball on the edge from a corner. We can break now, though. That's a good ball for Grandjean. Defender misses his challenge. It's a tame shot, though. Tame shot. Straight down the slot for the keeper. And we have to do better than that when we get in those positions. Voin gets himself in the book. First one of our players to do so. Van der Merch with a crossing opportunity. It's easily cleared, but only as far as Nyonto now. Tybee, Rui Perez, Farino in the wide area, crosses to Nyonto. Oh! That was a big chance. So close. So close. Approaching the 65th minute. Van der Merch, Liakos. He's dispossessed. That's not good. They're in a channel now. It's a good save from the keeper. Good hands again from the keeper. Got a couple of players looking a bit leggy, but I'm reluctant to change it. We've got a big gap between this one and our next game. Although, do you know what? Tybee is looking tired. Let's freshen up the midfield, but other than that, I'm reluctant to change it. Let's see who it recommends. Westergren. Right, okay. Let's go with Westergren. Don't really want to change the wing backs even though they're tiring, just because they seem to have put in steady performances. They've not set the world alight, but oh, that's a good through ball. Voin. Keeper makes a brilliant save. That's a fantastic stop. Now they deliver the corner. Keeper, it's all his again. He's claiming everything in there today. Brilliant stuff from our keeper. Approaching our last 10 minutes of the game now. They've gone straight over the top to Voin. Keeps made a big stop. He was offside anyway. Thank God for that. Right, we're going to have to play like shit houses, I feel. Take that tempo down. Waste some time. And why don't we bring on Indigai and Sommer, just to give them something to think about. Some fresh legs maybe running in behind. FM Llama's in the chat right at the end of the stream, but still appreciated nonetheless. Is he going to witness another big result? Here's Westergren. Firmino finds himself out wide. Can he work across an angle? No, it's turned over. Chance for them to attack us now. And they are doing so in the channel. They've pulled it back square and they've equalised in the 93rd minute. That's fucking heartbreaking stuff. Centre backs get caught, outnumbered. Here's Sommer, good delivery into the box. Liakos picks it up on the edge. And that's all she wrote for that one. Okay. I don't know what to make of that, guys. I feel like... I mean, the stats don't lie. It was an even game. Other than the fact they made 2 clear-cut chances. We didn't make any. But we held our own, I feel. Actually had more of the ball, which isn't something I particularly want. Let's try and keep morale high. We didn't get beat. Took a point away at City. It's not bad. I think the way we started the game, we could have taken more. The way we finished the game, we could have had less. So I don't necessarily agree with you, Kate. I think, at times we are going to leave ourselves a little bit open defensively, but at the same time, it was because of the tactic, in my opinion, that we were even in the game in the first place. So it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? The tactical approach you decide to go with, it can win and lose you points. That's just football, isn't it? Yeah, I fundamentally believe in the tactic overall, and I think that it enables us to stay in the game against the bigger teams. Whereas if maybe we were playing too defensive, we'd invite too much pressure on and wouldn't be a threat at the other end of the pitch. So, yeah, I'm sticking by it. The tactic's here to stay. It's not changing. Not for this save, anyway. You're right, Rachel, actually. Yeah, we've had more of the ball. We've had more of the ball quite often tonight, and that's not something we set out to do. I'd have much preferred to have, maybe absorbed a little bit more pressure, or maybe not pressure in our third of the pitch, but certainly be contesting them for possession and trying to turn it over in the midfield or in their third. But, that's what we got, unfortunately. No comment about that one. We'll learn from it. Rather not talk about it. Yeah, it's another good point, Rachel. We have been creating chances. But I think the clinicalness will improve when our 2 inside forwards are more comfortable playing there, for one. But yeah, maybe we could ask for a bit more from our number 9 whoever's up there. I think Grandjean's composure leaves a little bit to be desired, so that's something we might have to look at. You know, through the season, we might end up playing someone like Nyonto through the middle. He's only got 13 composure. I don't know, we've got options. We have got options. There you go, 14 composure. Montigny, maybe he's better suited to playing through the middle, but then that gives us a decision to make in the wide area. Do we bring Takura in? We've certainly got options. It's early in the season. I thought we were settled on our best 11, but that might change. You know, I'm still open to be proved wrong by some of the players if they step up. So we'll see. Things are looking good. Lama thinks we're too defensive. We don't need the second centre back. See, I agree, Lama, but these guys wouldn't let me do it if I tried. They'd hate me for it. "100% Kate. Don't disagree with you. That particular goal, no doubt about it. That's I actually said. I think in the commentary that, you know, defenders got caught there, 2v3, and unfortunately that can happen at times. Which brings me back to Rachel's point. If we had finished some of the chances that we had, it wouldn't have come down to the wire, and that, you know, one chance they made at the end would have only have got them a consolation goal if we had taken our own chances. So, you know, we can dissect every game if we want to, but how far do you go with it, I suppose? Five, actually, Rachel. He has 5 bravery, so check yourself before you wreck yourself, if you're going to quote attributes at me, or attributes at me rather. And it's actually Geoffroy that has 2 bravery. Oh no, he doesn't, he has 3 bravery now, so things are on the up. Do you know what, I'm feeling relatively positive about the season. I feel like 4 points from our opening 2 games, considering one of them was away at City. If you offered me a point at the start of that game, I'd have bitten your hand off. It was only the fact that we were ahead in the game that kind of hoodwinked me into thinking that we should have won it. We weren't clinical enough, and, you know, an error at the end defensively cost us the 2 points. But hey ho, that's football. It was 2, you're right, Kate. He did have 2 bravery. He's now got 3 bravery. There you go, look. You can see it. 3 bravery. And it's actually Farino that has 5 bravery. So a combined 8 bravery down the left-hand side. It's not bad. No, I'm joking, of course, it's fucking dreadful. Oh yeah, he does have 12 composure. But he can't finish his dinner. 8 finishing, 16 technique. He's a really strange player. He's kind of caught between being a winger and a wing back, in my opinion. And on that note, guys, I think, just like yourselves, I'm going to call it a night. Overall, really enjoyable stream, to be fair. I've thoroughly enjoyed it tonight. Decent results we picked up, other than that cup defeat, which we'll try and put behind us. As always, appreciate your support. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And until next time, take care of yourselves. And I will see you soon.